Y'all surprised cause I ain't got the LA chick on my side, the passenger, the LA whip. It's all good, I got love for my LA chicks, but I'm down to...
Hey, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Sorry I haven't posted in a few weeks. I've been away on vacation, but I am back now, so back to the mods. So on today's mod, we will be installing a front splitter on the SRT. You're gonna have to excuse that I have not at all washed it. I go for rides at night, and when I get back, this is what it looks like. So after the install, I will be cleaning her up, and then I'll give you some final videos and stuff like that so that you can see how it looks. I already have it in the car, and I somehow got it to fit. It barely fit. I'll give you a better view of this when I get it unpackaged. It's still in the package, but as you can see, I had to let my seats all the way up and somehow squeeze it between the headrests. I can't even get a good look at it right now, but it goes all the way to the rear end of the car. No room to spare. So yeah, quite a big package. It's not heavy. It's only about 6 pounds, which is awesome, because when you're adding things to your car, you definitely, the less weight the better. And here I have all my accessories, my rods, and whatever hardware it will take to mount this bad boy, and thrown in a few random tools, whatever I may need to install. I think I got everything that I'm gonna need, so that's gonna work out perfect. I got about a 45-minute drive to my buddy's house where I'm gonna be installing it at, because it's best to do these with 2 people. You'll be seeing why here shortly. But before we get going, wow, with this seat being way up like this, I hope I'm even able to sit in here and drive it. Like I said, it's going to be about a 45-minute drive, possibly an hour. And that seat is completely forward. And I do have long legs. Wish me luck. But anyway, before we even get this drive started, how about we piss some of the neighbors off with a cold start? Early morning cold start at that. It's still about 8 a.m. Okay, now that all the neighbors are mad at me, let's head out. For this dreaded fitment, let me see if I can make it in. And I'm in. A couple inches to spare on each side. All right. Now, one thing I do love about this car, never ever gets old, is the initial startup. Gotta love it. All right, so I'm here at the local AutoZone. Gonna head on in here and grab 1 or 2 more tools really quick, then we'll be on our way. So I lied the first time when I said we were on our way. All right, let's see, try to get in and out. Keys. Such a bumpy dirt road. Oh, my poor car. I'm not sure if you can tell how bad that's vibrating. The car definitely is though. Alright, we're almost here. I know what you guys are wondering. Where on earth does this guy live? Well, that's country life for you. How it is around my parts. Mainly orange groves and cows. That's about all you see. It's the stuff they don't show you in the movies when they're showing Florida. We've made it. And there's my buddy back there. Hope he's not too mad at me. I'm like 2 hours behind. Hey, what's up, man? Where you want me at? Just reverse right here?
It's whether you want to pull in forward or backward. The sun's going to keep going up, so the shade will continue on out. So I'd back in.
All right.
That way we're closer to the breeze.
All right, well, I finally made it to my buddy's Ben's house. Here he is back here helping me unload this bad boy. What's up, Ben? He is the proud owner of these bad boys over here, which I will be showing you here in just a second. I haven't even gotten footage of this splitter yet. All right. Finally got it out of the car so I can give you a better look at it. You know, I haven't even looked at it yet. I like it. It's light. So yeah, should look good. I'm gonna go check out the cars, man. All right. Has his Skyline sitting out front. He normally keeps it in the garage, but he made room for me. Fit my bad boy in there so we can get that front splitter on. It's one of his newer project cars. I think he's only had it for a few months now. He's had a couple mods done on it. Just took it to Orlando and got it tuned, so it's a bit fast. We're gonna have some race footage coming up between these cars here soon. Right hand drive. I don't know if you can see that through there. I don't know if it's unlocked or not. So yeah, that's pretty badass. And this monster sitting back here in the garage. All right, so in order to get this bad boy started, I believe that there are about 3 rivets down here on each side, and there's gonna be 3 more further in there. I'll show you those whenever I get the car jacked up. I'm not sure how well you can see right now. We're in this shed. It's a little dark in here, but we needed to beat the heat. We are in Central Florida, and it sucks down here. Second, we have to get to some screws that are located over here in the corner. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pop these out. Ben, you probably already know how to get these out. A little more familiar with these cars than I am. I'm kind of learning as I'm going. All right, so both of these just pop right out. I believe we're gonna have some rivets down under here. After that, we have 6, 3 on each side. Now these down here, you're not gonna have to take these out, the ones that are actually on the frame of the car. So it's just these 3. I have a pry tool, so we'll get these popped off. I'm pretty sure you won't be able to see the screw that's back here. That's hard to get to, but it is way back in the cut. Right there, okay. 1 on each side. So you get that screw off, you get these 6 to 8 rivets off here, and you should be ready to pull your front bumper off. We'll walk you through that process. All right, so after getting these off both sides, we're completely clear right here. And like I mentioned before, the screws that are in there, we got them off. They're gonna be like a 10mm bolt, and you'll just get them off. You can get in there with just a small ratchet and socket. It's recommended that you use one of these little swivel heads to help you get in there. It gives you a little better angle, but it's really not necessary. In fact, we didn't even use it. We set it aside and we just got it out. So now after that, it's back to these rivets here on the bottom. I've turned the wheel so you can get a better view of it now. We have 1, 2, 3 here, and I think there's 3 along the bottom. We'll be able to pull this off. The only thing that'll be holding the front bumper on then is this clamp piece that's in here, and when you pop it out, it gives you this scary sound as if you just broke your bumper, but everything will be fine. It should snap right back into place. Okay, so after getting these 3 rivets off and the 3 along the bottom, you should have plenty of room in here to really pull back on this plastic. The one annoying bolt, which I've already loosened it. See it right there. It's the one that I loosened. You're gonna need a 10mm socket to get up in there, and a really long extension. So this setup right here is what we used, and once you get in there, it shouldn't be any problem getting it off. It's just getting in there, it's a pest. And I believe that is it. The last thing that you're gonna have to do, which I'm gonna wait until the bumper is off, is reach in there and you should be able to see the fog light cable but I'm just gonna wait until this bumper is actually pulled off and then I'll unplug that. All right, so the 6 bolts there, the 6 bolts across the top. There's a bolt here on each side and a bolt deep down in here, which I just showed you on each side. After that, like I said earlier, we're just going to hold on to the fender and pull out on the bumper, which I will get that on video for you. And it's gonna make this nasty crackling sound. You're gonna think that you just ruined your baby, but I promise you it'll be fine. It'll all line back up perfect. And when you go to pull off the front bumper, there are plastic guide pins somewhere up in here. You're gonna wanna use 2 people in order to do this process, 1 on each side. So I'm gonna have Ben on that side and I'll be on this side. You wanna pull it straight out. All right, so yeah, this right here is the part that I was talking about when you're actually gonna remove a piece of the bumper from the fender. So all you wanna do is just hold on to your fender and you pull on the bumper, and it's gonna make that ugly crackling noise that I was saying, but it's not damaging anything, and it's gonna pop right back into place, which you may be able to catch the sound here. Yeah, so that's it. All right, so now that we have everything undone, from the rivets to the screws and that little hidden headache up there, and the screws down in the corner are all off, the entire front end is ready to be pulled off. Remember, I said that there is a guide pin right there. It's plastic, so you're gonna wanna have one person on each side, and you wanna pull straight out. There's the guide pin that I was referring to. The whole thing comes off, and make sure that you don't pull too far away because you still have your fog light cable somewhere in here. All right, so that cable is right down in there. You will just pinch in on the clip and pull out. All right, and that is it. Now make sure you have some kind of blanket or any soft material out here. You don't want to sit your front end on the ground and have the bottom of your bumper looking like mine, because I bottom out just about everywhere I go. So we're going to pick this up and sit it here. All right, so now we're gonna flip the bumper over. Oh, before we do, let's pick it up and let's do a complete turnaround so that the sun is facing the back side. Okay. All right, so what we're gonna have to do here is, you will see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clips here with the screws sticking through them. You're gonna have to get those off. Then there's 2 more here on the outside. There's 1 here, and there's 1 there. Those will automatically line up with the holes that are pre-drilled in here, so there's no guesswork. So they'll line up perfectly. As for the outside, as you can see, there's a second hole here. This one's pre-drilled and it's gonna fit on the outside that I showed you there, but this one, let me show you the deal with that one. That is the only guesswork, because that is actually gonna have to be over here, which there is no hole there yet, so we're gonna have to use a drill and drill through there. The point of that is to keep the outside of it from sagging down. Here on the end, you want everything pulled up nice and tight, so that's what the extra one would be for. As for the rods will be going up high, right over where your grill is. You will have 1, 2, 3, 4. You're only gonna use the 2 outside to install the rods. So you're gonna do the same thing there, take the clips off and remove the bolt, but I will show you that process when we get to it. All right, so I'm gonna give you a progress update. Got the bumper flipped over on its face, but it's on the blanket, so it'll be okay. All right, so we got the first row of screws in with the washers. We tighten them down pretty tight. You'll get a small indent. If so, don't be worried about it. It'll be all right. And then this was also another hole that was already pre-drilled. Now this one on the outside is one I spoke of earlier. There was no hole there. You have to actually drill that yourself. We haven't tightened it down, but we've drilled it and we've gotten it bolted on up. This next side we haven't done yet, so I'm gonna get some video footage of us doing it. Now, the actual splitter has the hole there. Your car does not. So we're just gonna drill straight through where they have it recommended at. And voila. That is it. So we'll get this bolted on As for these 4 in the back, there is nothing to line them up with on this belly pan. So we're gonna do the exact same thing. We're gonna force some holes through there, the exact same drill bit. Got it all bolted down. All right, so the last thing to do now is to put the rods on. I know I'm looking at the car upside down, so you just gotta envision what I'm doing upside down. But on the 2 outer edges, which I've already freed up. So let's go ahead and sit it on up, man. Get a good look at how to sexy. All right. So that's how it's gonna look. So far, so good. Let's get these rods on there. Now that I'm behind the front fascia. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get the rod through here. We wanna use one of these washers. Definitely use a washer, because what's gonna happen is all the downforce coming on the front of this car, with all the wind pushing down on it, it's gonna be a lot of tension on this part of the car. It's gonna be pulling down on it. So what you're gonna wanna use is an oversized washer. Get it on there like so. In the middle. All right, on to the next. Just like so. All right, so that both of those are hand fastened down. I'll show you what the front's gonna look like. The rods are still hanging free. Again, excuse the messy car, all the bugs and stuff. The rods are still hanging free. You don't have to do any measuring and cutting, because these holes are already pre-drilled. So all we're gonna do is line them up and do the exact same thing on the bottom. If you do not contact them and tell them what color rods you want, whether they're chrome or black or whatnot, they're going to send you carbon fiber, which I think was good anyway. All right, so let's get these bad boys finished up and get this back on the car. All right, guys, well, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. That install touched bases on most of the things that you'll need in order to get it installed. I may have rushed it a bit, but I was trying not to drag out such a long video on one simple install. Shout out to Ben for helping me get it on the car, and BJ's Garage for such a nice product. Great product. I love it. It added 10 horses to my car. I mean, I can absolutely feel it every time I step on the gas pedal. I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. There is no horsepower added from that. But on a serious note, if you like the install video and you want to see more, please hit that like and that subscribe button down low. I actually just got another mod in the mail. Right there. I'm not gonna say what it is. So like and subscribe so that you can keep up with all the modifications that I do in this car. And looks like this front end is making new friends already. So there's another car wash coming up soon. So anyway, here's the finished footage, guys.